I need your attention right now.
Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Gaming in 2026 should be unstoppable. We got near photorealistic graphics, massive open worlds, cross-platform play, everything we used to dream about. So why does it feel like something is missing? Why do so many games feel repetitive, exhausting, or just so forgettable? If you ever loaded up a game and thought, why am I not having fun? I get it too, especially booting up Steam, and then I totally lost my motivation.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
I sit there for hours trying to figure out what game I want to play and end up just scrolling on my phone. It's because gaming doesn't have a content problem. It has a design problem.
It's not the best choice.
And today, we're breaking down exactly what's wrong. Let's start with something games love to advertise. Your choices matter. No, they don't. You're given dialogue options, sometimes moral decisions, branching paths, but behind the scenes, it just leads to the same outcome every single time. You might get a slightly different cutscene, or maybe a changed line of dialogue, but the world doesn't really react in a meaningful way. And once you realize that, it kind of kills the immersion. Especially for me, I can't handle it. I get sucked out, and then I don't want to play that game anymore. I refund it and everything. But the real choice isn't picking between A or B. It's about the consequence. What if games make your decisions matter? They do with some games, and honestly, that's rare. For example, with Mass Effect, every single choice you have leads to consequences in the rest of the game.
My lovers spent their last moments experiencing pleasure you can't imagine. Like Neff, you and I can share something so intense, so deep, it will change your life.
Morinth, I can't deny how much I want you.
Do you really mean it? You'll be with me?
I will.
Come here, Shepard. Embrace eternity.
State of Decay has consequences. But the thing is with games is that they like to play it safe because the real choices that people make are really hard to develop. And I think that's the problem. It's not the lack of skill. It's not the lack of time, because these developers have years of time. Like GTA 6 has been delayed for what? 4 or 5 years? We used to get games every single year, especially with Call of Duty and Battlefield. That doesn't exist anymore. Anyways, we're gonna talk about something that's slowly taking over. Battle passes, daily challenges, weekly challenges, login rewards, limited time events. What are these? Cash grabs. At first, it feels like there's always something to do, but after a while, it starts to feel like a job. You're not playing because you're excited. You're playing because you don't want to fall behind. You don't want to miss out. You want the new skin, or the new item, or the new gun, whatever it is. And it's sucking people dry. And the worst part, a lot of these systems don't reward skill. They reward time. You can be amazing at a game, but if someone else plays longer, they progress faster. Log in, do your tasks, do your mission, and then log out. That's not why people fell in love with games. Open world games have a size problem. Every year maps get bigger, more locations, more icons, more content. Yes, I mean, it's nice to explore a world you enjoy, but come on, does it really have to be that big? How much of it actually matters? You clear one outpost, then another, then another. You do a fetch quest and then 10 more just like it. And eventually it all blends together like glue. The world looks incredible, but it doesn't feel alive. NPCs repeat the same lines. Nothing changes unless the story tells it to.
Why so serious?
A smaller world with depth will always be a massive world with filler. Let me say that again. A smaller world with depth will always beat a massive world with filler. But right now, a lot of games are choosing scale over substance. Here's something weird about modern gaming. Technology has advanced like crazy, but AI hasn't kept up. It sucks. Gray Zone Warfare, for example, has incredibly dumb AI. You could be walking 2 meters from them and they won't notice, but the second they look at you, they want to shoot you. Doesn't make sense. Enemies will still follow predictable patterns. They will rush you, you hide, you pop up, they see you, and they rush you again. Rinse and repeat. Teammates either feel useless or robotic. And once you understand the system, the challenge disappears. If you rely on stealth, imagine enemies that actually learn your playstyle. If you're a stealthy player, they start setting traps. If you play aggressively, they adapt and counter you. You know how incredible that would be? Sometimes simplicity is better. That behavior would change everything.
Hey, you're finally awake.
But most games still rely on scripted behavior, and it shows. We can't talk about what's wrong with gaming without talking about monetization. Because it's in a lot of games and it's not a feature. It's what it's built on. Everything is designed to keep you engaged just long enough to get that beautiful money out of your pocket and into their bank account. Battle passes that expire, limited time skins, rotating shops that create urgency, all of it. It's built around FOMO, the fear of missing out. And look, there's nothing wrong with developers making money. I get it. They spend a lot of money creating these games, especially millions and millions and millions of dollars. I understand. And you know what? I get where they're coming from because they gotta make that money back somehow, especially if it's a free game. What else are they gonna do? Sometimes it feels like manipulation wrapped up in a bow. And players can tell the difference between a game that wants to entertain them and a game that wants to monetize them. Let's talk about the multiplayer. Oh my god. The multiplayer used to feel different. Now, it's mostly toxic or even silent. Because back in the day, you used to make friends, talk shit to each other, create bonds. And now it's just you play and you get out of the match without even communicating with your team. And sometimes it doesn't even let you communicate at all. There's very little incentive to be a good teammate. No real reward for cooperation or leadership. So even though multiplayer is more accessible than ever, it still feels less social. One game succeeds with a formula and suddenly every single game after copies it. Open world, crafting, skill trees, battle pass, repeat. And over time, everything starts to blur together. All these different art styles, different settings, but the same system. It's safe, it's predictable, and it kills creativity. The best games stand out because they take risks. But now, a lot of studios are playing it safe. Games don't respect your time. They stretch content, they slow progression, they add unnecessary steps just to keep you playing longer. Not because it's more fun, but because it boosts engagement. But the community is pushing back because time is the one thing that nobody gets back. And a great game doesn't waste it. It makes every moment feel worth it. Here's the truth. Gaming isn't ruined, it's evolving. Just not in the right direction. Right now, too many games are focused on retention instead of enjoyment, scale instead of depth, and profit instead of player experience. But the moment that shifts, the moment developers start putting players first again, we're gonna see some of the best games ever made. So now I want to hear from you. After all the minutes that I've spent rambling, I want to know what's the biggest thing that's ruining gaming in 2026 for you. Is it the grind? Is it the monetization? Is it the lack of innovation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read all of them. And if you want more honest takes on gaming, hit subscribe because we're just getting started.